So, does having kids make you more happy? Now, this question is posed because Elon Musk was on a podcast recently, and he stated in the podcast that having kids absolutely makes you more happy. The clip went viral and the comments were negative, and the negative comments were coming from most people who don't have any children, and they were promoting how happy they are in their lives without having any kids. First of all, happiness is really up to the individual, okay? Happiness is like an internal thing. I don't really believe that it's tied to having children or not having children necessarily. However, I think that there's definitely some benefits to having children, and I know you're probably thinking right now, especially if you don't have any kids, like what benefits can you possibly have with having children, right? Because most people who have no children, they are a lot less stressed probably, and having children can disrupt the peace that they have. But I want to pose a different perspective, with having children and how that can potentially align with what Elon is talking about, with happiness. Now, I will say this. Number one, I'm talking about individuals who are parents that are active, not deadbeats, right? People who are out there really trying to make sure that they take care of their kids and their family, etc. So this ain't what I'm about to say. These benefits potentially of having kids aren't for the deadbeats, right? Nor am I saying that you should run out there and have children. But like I said, I will, pose some benefits, or I'll really say one big benefit that like avalanches into many benefits of having children. And also I'm a father. I have 3 children myself, so I know of these benefits that I'm talking about personally, okay? But let's think about it for a second. Can you think of anyone who you really aspire to be like, or anyone you really admire, or someone at like the pinnacle of their game in whatever industry that they're in? It doesn't even matter. How many of those people that we're talking about don't have children? I sat and thought of it for a while. Now, obviously there's, a few individuals who are in these categories that I'm mentioning and they don't have any children, but for the most part, people do. And I don't want to sit here and name names of people who do or don't, because most of us who's watching, everyone is different and everyone sees success in different lens, right? And people have bunch of different individuals that they look at and deem successful and who they aspire to be like. So the individual themselves doesn't even matter. Think about, do those people exist in your life, people who you aspire to be like, and do they have children? Most likely they do. Most likely, okay? I can attribute that to one thing. I believe that the one thing that correlates individuals who have children and reaching maybe the pinnacle of whatever it is that they do is the thing called urgency. So when you have a child, you're no longer responsible just for yourself, right? Before having a child, you could do whatever you want. There's not that many responsibilities. You can hang out as much as you want, party as much as you want, spend as much money as you want, be as irresponsible as you want. You only have to worry about yourself. The moment a child comes into this world that you co-created, it's no longer just about you. Now you have to figure out how are not only you going to be able to, take care of your life, but now you've got to worry about how you're going to be able to take care of another whole human being, okay? That's where the urgency is now created, because when you didn't have a child, you could push things off into the future, right? All the things that sound good to have, right? Like, I'd love to have a new house. I would love to have a bigger car. I would love to maybe take a vacation or two. I would love to do this, that, third. Those things that you push off into the future, like I may do this, those mays turns into musts, okay? I must have a bigger house. I must have a bigger vehicle. I must take my children on vacation. I got to do these things. And when you now have that certain level of urgency, it unlocks brand new levels of desire and motivation that you just cannot understand and feel without having children. You are not going to know what that is, right? Or when you're on the brink and you need to get something done because your child needs it. There's no way to simulate that feeling, okay, without having any kids. This might be a little controversial, what I'm about to say, but I would love to know your thoughts, all right? You can write in the comments and let me know, or hit me up on any social media platform. But a lot of people who I know, I don't want to say I know, right? But a lot of people who I've observed who don't have any children, it seems like they are in like this perpetual loop of like stillness, not necessarily moving forward in any sort of direction whatsoever. They're just kind of like here. They may be happy, they just here. Or are they happy? I don't know, because it can also, be something as a cover-up. I'm not saying that they're not happy. Again, I'm just, talking about my observations. Now, why is that perpetual loop there with individuals who don't have children? They don't have anything pushing them forward to get out of that comfort zone. They're comfortable. There's nothing that's really getting them uncomfortable and feeling like something's got to change unless, something dramatic happens. A lot of times when a child is born, that's a dramatic situation, and it makes someone look at life completely different. So again, number one, I'm not saying that you should run out there and have children. I'm not saying that, all people who are parents are Elon Musk, right? I'm not saying that, all people who don't have children are just like not doing anything with themselves. I'm not saying any of that, but I do think there are some correlations with those who are having success in life, who are feeling more fulfilled, and who are getting more out of life when they do have children because of the things that I've already mentioned. If you speak to anybody who's at a high level of success in any industry, that you want to choose, there's a common saying amongst them, and it is everything that you want is right outside of your comfort zone. Being comfortable keeps you in that state of not really doing much. With that being said, does kids make you more happy or less happy? That's really up to you, right? Happiness is an individual thing. But can kids potentially make you feel more fulfilled and get you closer to the success levels that you may want? I believe so. I believe that it can help you get to a new level in your life because of this newfound urgency that you have for these new human beings that you love with all your heart, and you want to make sure that you see and do the best for them. So, all right, I would like to know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, like it, click the like button. If you like, subscribe to it as well too. And I'll see you on the next one. Later.